Good morning from a bit of a soggy Belgrade. Today we're going on a high-speed train that's just been put on here in Belgrade, which will take us to Novi Sad. So come with us as we show you the high-speed train here in Belgrade. Let's go get some tickets. This is such a modern station compared to quite a lot of Belgrade, but obviously there's major development in the trains here because this high-speed train's only been going about a year. But we'll show you more of the train as we board. Over there.
Land. You can go now.
That's not her.
Imagine not being able to scan your ticket and having to get the lady to do it. That's us.
One very old train next to one very modern train. A little less graffiti on the brand new one. It's actually painted in the colours of the Serbian flag. White, blue and red. We're on the train. We're sitting on these like sofas.
Yeah, like they've got all the two seats and then they've got these little random sofas like at the back.
Oh, pretty comfy.
Yeah.
The train's got 2 floors, so we've sat on the top floor. And there's plenty of windows, so we should get a good view as we go through Serbia. I think I've read online that this train goes 200 kilometres an hour. So it should be pretty fast. Once it gets going, we'll show you around the train.
Will even include a toilet review.
Yep.
We're into that.
Comfy over there.
I'm having that. Good lie down.
That's business class style.
It is. I don't like getting in trouble.
We're in Novi Sad today. As we've taken a day trip from Belgrade, we took the brand new high-speed railway, so it only took just over half an hour. But we've got the day here, we're going to walk around the city, see what Novi Sad's all about. So join us as we show you some of the sights of Novi Sad. We are just in the city centre just now, walking along one of the main walking streets here called Smaj Jovina. I think that's how you say it. But basically it's lined with outdoor seating for cafes, restaurants, bars. And yeah, it's just all pedestrianised, so it's nice and easy to walk around. And it basically takes you from Liberty Square, where we just were with the cathedral and everything, to this other pretty cool building. We're basically making our way to the fortress. We've got to cross a river and walk there just now. It's a bit wet today, but the rain stopped, so fingers crossed it stays that way. I think from walking around Novi Sad so far, it feels a lot more different to Belgrade.
Yeah.
It feels kind of like we're back in more Central Europe.
Yeah,
kind of.
it gives like reminds me a little bit like Hungary. We were in Sierfok for like a few days, which is like a small town.
Yeah, beside the Lake Balaton.
Yeah, and it kind of feels a little bit more like that small town European feel, but it's cool. Ooh, bakery. Can we get a snack?
Yeah, of course. Let's go see what they're offering.
I'm lucky that I caught that on camera, because normally when I say ooh snack, Dan would never go, oh let's get some. So I managed to get some pastries. So one's feta and one's double cheese, so we got 2 each.
It's little cheese puffs.
Cheers.
And that was about 60p.
It was good. Really good.
We're on the bridge, just crossing the Danube River to visit the fortress, but there's an interesting story about the clock tower over there. Basically, it's pretty unique because the small hand points towards the minutes and the big hand points towards the hour. And that's because the fishermen who used to come down the river could spy from their boat and find out what time it is. So, a very unique clock tower, but we're going to go up closer, get a view from the fortress as well, and explore. Let's go. We've made it to the top of the fortress. We're just standing beside the clock tower at the minute, but I believe this place is pronounced Petrovaradin Fortress, and the clock tower is named that too, but it's really incredible up here, mainly for the view over the Danube. You've got like the whole city centre, high-rise apartments, and you can see the odd spire as well. And then on this side of the river, you've got the classic European old town with the red roof houses, cobbled streets, and yeah, it's just a very picturesque view. I believe you can explore the fortress more. There's tours that take you into the tunnels and things like that underneath. We're going to skip that because I think it's time for lunch.
Sounds good.
Let's go. We're just walking past a hotel, so you can actually stay up here. Looks pretty fancy, not sure how much it would cost, but
Beyond our budget.
yeah, beyond our budget, but cool to say you've stayed in a fortress.
So the walk up to the fortress is actually lovely because you come through the old town with the red roofs and all these buildings are like multicoloured, painted, so they're really pretty. And then all the streets are cobbled, so it does feel like we've been transported almost to like one of the old towns in Central Europe. But yeah, it's nice. And the fortress is interesting. It does give you good views around the city. But yeah, tummies are rumbling. And also, because we've been eating so much like pastry and cheese and like just stodgy food, we need a healthy meal with some sort of colourful greens and vegetables. So I think we're going to find something like that.
We're just on our walk back to Novi Sad centre now, and it must take about half an hour, I think.
Finally the rain's off as well.
True.
Because we've been chucking it down basically since we left our apartment this morning, so it's nice that it actually is dry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't look it.
We're actually off to find something that we didn't think we could find in Serbia, which is vegan food. But we Google mapped it, and Novi Sad seems to have quite a lot of options.
Yeah,
so
we've got quite a few places.
we're going to try something out in the city centre. So let's head there.
Lunchtime, we've come into like this, it's like a health cafe or something, but it gets really vegan reviews, called Combinat. And we both ordered soup. Dan's gone for like bean soup, I've gone for like a hot and sour spicy soup, and we've gone for 2 veggie sandwiches.
Stuck in. That was a very good lunch.
It was just what we needed, soup and a sandwich.
Yeah. Some vegetables.
Yeah, some health back into our lives.
No pastry.
I feel like my stomach needed a break.
It was a good break from the rain as well.
Yeah.
Now we're going to head back onto the main walking streets and
Just explore a little bit more before we head back.
explore a bit more before our train back to Belgrade. The really cool thing about Novi Sad is everything's very walkable and very walking friendly. There's so many pedestrianised streets and zones, makes getting around the city fairly easy. Like, you've not needed to use public transport, unlike in Belgrade where it's a much bigger city, so it's a bit more difficult to get around. But getting around Novi Sad's super simple, and yeah, the main walking street is really pretty, and yeah, just an overall really cool place to visit. So we do definitely recommend taking the day trip to Novi Sad. Definitely get the high-speed train for what it costs more. It's like an extra £2 more to get the high-speed train versus the slower train. And yeah, for being only 36 minutes or so from Belgrade, it does allow you to see a different side of Serbia too. But it's time for us to get the train back to Belgrade. We've really enjoyed ourselves here, so join us on the next one as we explore more of Serbia. We actually pick up a car tomorrow and we head on our Serbian road trip, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.
We're just on our way back to the train now, and like we were waiting for the bus, but we weren't sure what time our one was coming, so Dan hopped on and asked the driver, does it take us close to the train station? And he kind of was like, kind of. So like, okay, we just hopped on it instead of maybe waiting and missing our train. These 2 Reliance locals were like, oh, we'll tell you when to get off, like it's this stop. It's like a 5-10 minute walk. So they pointed us in the right direction. And she was like, where are you from? I was in Scotland. Oh, I've been there, I've been to Edinburgh. So yeah, really nice.
Because that's the thing about Balkan countries, the kind of stereotype is that they're cold and unfriendly, but
Everyone's been
Bosnia
really nice.
and Serbia have been the 2 most
They're
welcoming,
friendly.
hospitable, friendly people we've ever met
Really cool.
in Europe. So yeah,
So thanks guys.
thank you. Almost at the train station now. Let's go catch the train. We don't have too much time, but I think we've got enough.
Yeah.
Let's go.